Hi, my name is Warachaya Luangpairin, and in this video, I will be solving extra credit problem number 2 for Module 1. In this problem, it says the muzzle velocity of a bullet fired from a new rifle is 100 meters per second. Neglecting air resistance, how far will a bullet fired straight down in the air have traveled at the end of 1 second? The formula that we will need for this problem is dv equals 1/2 g times t squared, given that the initial vertical velocity is 0. dv just means vertical distance, and the reason why we want to find the vertical distance is because the bullet is being fired straight down. So if this was a gun and this was a bullet and it's being fired straight down, the direction it's going will be vertical. So that is why. The first step into solving this problem is to rewrite the formula to include velocity. And as we can see here in this formula, it does not have velocity. So in order to include velocity, our formula would now be dv equals 0t plus 1/2 g times t squared. And to clarify, g is the acceleration due to gravity and t is time. So when reading this problem, we know that the muzzle velocity of a bullet fired from a new rifle is 100 meters per second. So with that, we could plug 100 meters per second into 0, since we know that 0 was the velocity, the initial velocity for this equation. So if we plug 100 meters per second into 0, our equation would now be dv equals 100 meters per second, and I'm just going to write second here, times t. We know that t is 1 because the question is asking for 1 second times 1 second plus 1/2 g times 1 second again squared. Okay, now the only variable that we have to plug in for is g, and we know that g is equal to 9.8 meters per second squared, which is around 10 meters per second squared. That is the acceleration due to gravity. So if we plug g, the 10 meters per second squared, into g, our equation would now be dv equals 100 meters per second times 1 second plus 1/2 times 10 meters per second squared times 1 second squared. So this would be our equation. And now, all we need to do left to find the distance is to solve for dv. So with this, we can cross off 1 second, cross out second squared, and now we are left with dv equals 100 meters plus 1/2 times 10 meters. And we know that 1/2 times 10 is 5, so this would be 5 meters. And drop this down, 100 meters plus 5 meters equals dv. So the distance of the bullet being fired straight down at the end of 1 second will be 100 plus 5 meters.